Hey, good afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock on January 6th. I had a question come in. Luckily, I was with the car asking if I would show some of the cosmetic defects in the paint as far as like chips. So I'm going to walk around the car now and highlight anything that I see. Of course, on the lower bumper, you're always going to have some small stone chips. You have some touch-ups around the headlamps. The lower edge of the bumper, there's some touch-ups and some small stone chips. You've got some small stone chips under the grille. All, you know, a lot of them are like the size of a pencil point. So they're very small. They're hard to pick up in photos. They're very tiny, hard to see. The hood is actually in really great shape. It does have some pencil point size stone chips along the front of the hood. I mean, considering that this is a 23-year-old car, it's in pretty darn remarkable condition, other than some very, very minor stone chips. Wheels are in great shape. There's no curb rash on any of the wheels. Look them over. The glass is really nice. You know, very, very tiny, tiny little stone chip there. I see a very, very small, tiny little stone chip there. I mean, you got to be realistic with a car, even regardless of how low the mileage is. There are going to be small cosmetic flaws. There's a tiny little touch-up. I don't see anything on the roof, which is pretty common. I mean, if you think about it, the way rocks on the road come out of car. Another typical area to look for is the door edge. And the door edge is really, really clean on this car. No major chips. Very, very minor, tiny little chips there. This panel looks really good. No curb rash on that wheel whatsoever. There is a little touch up on this edge right here. Back bumper actually looks really nice. That might be some wax. As far as underneath the bumpers, you're going to have to look at the undercarriage photos. I should have photos of underneath the bumpers in the gallery. This wheel is actually very, very nice. There's no curb rash. Roof of the car, as expected, is really free of any chips at all. Look at the side door edge. Very, very clean. I don't see any chips. You know, and that's a typical area where you look for chips on a car. Front of that mirror looks really nice. That wheel looks good. No curb rash on any of the wheels, but there are some small stone chips. I think the worst being down low. There are some stone chips, and there's a couple of them that were touched up. I mean, but overall, the condition of the car is absolutely magnificent. I mean, for the mileage, this was obviously a garage kept car at all times. This is probably the biggest chip that comes to mind that was touched up. Not offensive in any way. I mean, overall, the car's in pretty phenomenal condition in every respect. I mean, the interior, it's drop dead gorgeous. So that's my video showing any of the cosmetic defects. I'll probably be out here for another 30 minutes, so if any other questions come in during that time, I can take an additional photo or video. I'm going to be installing a new antenna on this Tacoma that's coming up as a no reserve auction. It needs a new antenna, and I'll be installing that. So for the next hour, if you have any questions about this CL600, ask away, and I could take some additional photos or photos while I'm out here. Best of luck, everyone.